everyone, I'm Macy Fallico and this is my Persuasive Speech. To get you started today, I'd like to ask you a few questions. When you see advertisements on social media, in magazines, or on TV, what do the models typically look like? Are they tall? Are they thin? Are they typically a size 0? Do they look like the average women you see walking down the street? As I am sure many of you have noticed, the women you see in advertising and the women you see walking down the street look nothing like each other. With social media today, women see an average of 4,000 to 6,000 advertisements every single day. So it's no wonder that advertising can directly impact a woman's body image or self-esteem. I'm Macy and I'm a Chief Marketing Officer at a clothing company, and I am here to persuade other Chief Marketing Officers on the importance of using a diverse group of models. I find it important for companies to use a diverse group of models for many reasons that I will highlight throughout my speech. As you will see, I will talk about how it's important for women to see models who look like them to hopefully improve their body image and self-esteem. There's also been an increase in eating disorders, which some people believe is directly correlated with the models used in advertising. But if that doesn't convince you, then hopefully the link between using a diverse group of models and an increased profit margin will. Therefore, with that being said, I would like to highlight my first point behind the importance of using a diverse group of models. As a marketing officer, it is our job to promote women to feel good in our products. However, how can we do that when we use models who look nothing like them? Most companies do not use models who look like the average woman, which is why I would like to list some facts to emphasize my point. According to Ad Media, most models weigh an average of 23% less than the typical woman. Only 5% of women in the United States fit the current body type that's typically portrayed in advertising. And finally, 69% of girls concurred that models and magazines had a major influence on their concept of what the perfect body looks like. Which brings me into my next point. When only 5% of women in the United States fit the typical body that's portrayed in advertising, and almost 70% of those same women shape their perfect body around the models that are used in advertising, it's no wonder that advertising can have a direct link on a negative body image, which can also lead to eating disorders. Eating disorders have become a growing issue in America over the past few decades. According to balancecareers.com, eating disorders have increased 400% since 1970. Individuals in the industry believe that the toxic effects of advertising have impacted that number. And ad critic Jean Kilborn had a great point when she stated that women and girls compare themselves to these images every day, and failure to live up to them is inevitable because it's based on a flawlessness that does not exist. Therefore, it is our job as a marketing director to use models of all different shapes and sizes, to allow women to see other models who look just like them. And finally, if listing the toxic effects that advertising has had and will have on women in the United States does not encourage you to change and use a diverse group of models, then hopefully this point will. Using a diverse group of models can help with revenue. It can help with revenue because you can reach a new audience. For example, if you use plus-size women, women who appear similar to those plus-size models will want to support your product. And according to Aspire IQ, using diverse models can increase and impact your brand's reputation. Goddess Riviera emphasized that point by stating that customers understand that using inclusive ads is risky, so they're more likely to support your advertisements when you use, again, those risky diverse models. Therefore, not only does increasing diversity help the average woman, but it also will help with your brand by appealing to the customer's needs and desires. It's important to remember that women see thousands of advertisements every day. So it's important that companies use models who look just like them and appeal to different women. Diversity can help consumers and companies in all aspects, especially in the promotion of making women feel good and an increased brand awareness. And finally, I hope you remember that diversity is not just using people of different color. It's using people of different background, of different shapes, and different sizes. Thank you guys for listening, and I hope I impacted and persuaded you guys to use a diverse group of models in your next campaign.